Hi and welcome back to my garage. Today I'm going to change my disc brakes and of course the pads of my Subaru Legacy. The brakes were really starting to shake, and I noticed that the brake pads also were almost gone. I replaced the brake pads in the past already, but yeah, because the car is shaking when I brake heavily, I also decided to replace the rotors. So this is the set I got. This is a set from Zimmerman. I really like these brakes because they're already ceramic coated, so they don't rust as much. But it's all up to you what you get. I really don't have any negative experience with other manufacturers, but I know these last a long time. So let's get started. For you guys out there who wants to upgrade their brakes from a 277 to 294 millimeter disc brakes from a Forester, you need of course Forester disc brakes, and you need to get the bracket for the caliper from a Forester. My car, the B4 RSK, already came stock with the bigger brakes, so I don't have to change the bracket for the caliper. So yeah, it's a cheap and easy upgrade if you already are planning on changing your rotors. You only need to get the brackets from a Forester, of course a B4 RSK. Okay, these are all the tools you need. A torque wrench with a socket for your wheels. In my case it is 19. A big plier, plumbing plier. A 17 and a 14 wrench. A steel brush. An old screwdriver. Silicone paste. Ceramic grease or copper grease, or how you call that, anti-seize, brake cleaner, maybe some penetrating oil, but I didn't need that today. So yeah, very basic tools. Now remove the front wheel. It's a 19, by the way. First of all, we're going to remove the lower bolt for the in the caliper bracket that connects to the caliper. It's a 14. Get a big screwdriver and just put it up just like that, and as you can see, these brakes are worn quite a bit. Like you can see, there's even a groove right here where it's contacted the outside of the disc. So yeah, glad I'm changing those. So now you can just pull off the caliper just like that, and keep it safe. Don't let it hang by the hose. So I bind it up with a piece of electric wire, but you can also use a bungee cord or a zip tie. Just get it out of the way. Now we got plenty of space to work. Next up are the bracket bolts to the hub. There are two. Here is one, and there is one down below. These are 17 millimeters. Well, that was my wrench. That's one. This is the bracket I told you about. If you want to upgrade your brakes to the bigger brakes from a Forester, you need one of these from a Forester or a B4 RSK like this. Now it's a matter of pulling the disc off. This one is already loose, so it isn't a problem. But if it's stuck on there, just take a rubber mallet and tap it off. So these are the parts that I removed. Like you can see, it wasn't a very big job. Two 17s, a 14. Of course, take off the wheel. But now you can see it's not a big job to replace your brakes, so don't be scared of it. Like you can see, these grooves in here, it's eating away. It has been eaten away because of this lip right here. It's grinding, like you can see, it's a perfect fit in here. So yeah, I believe these are supposed to be 22 millimeters and the minimum thickness is 20 millimeters, but I think I've almost passed it, so oh well. I just love to get some new rotors on my car. There's nothing wrong with remachining, of course, but I like this better. Before you install the new disc brake, clean the hub as good as you can with some brake cleaner and a metal brush. So now all is clean. I use some ceramic paste to ensure that if I ever need to remove the disc brake again, it's coming off very easy. Of course you can use anti-seize, but I like this stuff better for braking parts. Normally new disc brakes will come with some kind of grease on it to prevent from rusting. but because these are ceramic coated, you don't need to remove that, but I like to clean them anyways. So always clean your rotors with some brake cleaner. Front and back. And if you find it annoying that the rotor is loose, you can use a little trick. I use a wrench and then a lug nut. Of course, don't use a wrench, I need later. So another wrench, and then a lug nut, just like that. So it will stay in place when assembling the whole caliper thing. Okay, before we install the bracket in the car, we're going to clean these slides. Normally I would buy new ones, but for some reason I didn't do it this time. Oh well. Just some brake cleaner, wire brush, also clean up this slide pin. Strange. That's not grease I put in. Always use silicone paste for slide pins. Never use grease. Unless you're in a pinch, but it's not recommended. It will eat away the rubber. And slide it back in. Most of the time, if these come out, then you have to put them back in first before returning the slide pin. Of course, the other side is connected to the caliper, so we have to clean it on the car. Also put in some new silicone paste and put it back in. But that's it. Now we attach it to the car. Now we can install the bracket. It slides just like that behind the... I use a little bit of ceramic grease. Or you can use anti-seize. That's up to you. Now it's time for the brake pads. First thing, I'll try if they fit correctly. Like you can see, this one is it's really tight. So what I'm gonna do now is just remove a little bit of the top here, just a hair on a bench grinder, and then fit them again. As you can see, I just take something off with a bench grinder. And well, let's see if it fits now. Yeah, that's it. So this one is going on. A little bit of grease on the tips, just like that, and on the back side also. And now just slide it in. So that's one. Well, I took something, a little bit of this one too. Let's try. Yeah, just perfect. The back side is getting a wear indicator, also provided in the brake pad kit. The wear indicator is going on the back pad of the car, facing down, and it snaps just like that into place. So facing down on the back side of the rotor, you need to install these wear indicators. Anti-seize or ceramic fat. Be sure you don't forget to install these anti-squeaking pads. Most of the time they'll just stick on the brake pad, but sometimes, like this one, is not sticking on it very well, so I just bent in the tabs a bit. Let's see if it sticks now. Just like that. Don't forget them. So now it's time for putting back the caliper. Like I said before, clean up the sliding pins and put on some new silicone paste. Just slide in the top sliding pin first. But now we have a problem. Before you install, you have to push back these pistons, because else they won't. It won't go back on over the pads. So most of the time you can just do it by hand. But if you're not able to, they use a big plumbing pliers or something like that to push them back. If they don't want to push back, then you need to replace or rebuild your caliper. As you can see, this is an old one and it is a new one. I already replaced one of these in the past, so let's try if they go over. And they will. Now we can put back this bolt of the lower on the lower side of the caliper. Just wiggle it around a bit until it seats. Of course, I now need this one. So as you can see, everything is now back on the car. Only thing now to do is put back the tire, and of course we have to do the other side. But I like to do first is clean up the disc brakes again. So guys, there you have it, how to replace your front brake for a Subaru 2 piston car. So if you have an Outback, Forester or a Legacy, it's all the same. If you have a car that's between 99 and 2004, 2005, I believe, something like that. So that's all the same. Even the newer ones, I believe, are almost the same. So don't worry about that. Like you have seen, it's really easy. If I need to scale it between 0 and 10, well, this is a 1.5. If you don't, this is something you really can do yourself. It is so easy. Don't be afraid to try it yourself. It took me about an hour, and I take it slow, so I don't make any mistakes. Well, I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, of course, please just ask. And if you want to follow me around, then you know what to do. And until next time, because I've got something special for these guys. I'm gonna show you a old school mod for your car with these. Backyard mechanic style. Some ghetto tuning for you guys out there. It will be fun. Just a fun video in between repairs. So, see you next time. Bye.